Hey buddies, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning. You are the MVP. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you consider subscribing because you are the VIP now. If you subscribe, you join the MVP club. Okay, I hope you consider subscribing because I'm very sure you're going to learn a thing or two in this channel. I am married with a very beautiful face, like you can already see. I'm yet to come up with a better intro, and when I do, of course, we're going to roll with that, but for now we are sticking with this. In this channel, I make videos around beauty, lifestyle. I'll do vlogs as well, social media, tech sometimes. But since I moved to Canada, I've been doing more of my life in Canada and tips to help international students who want to come to Canada to navigate through their processes smoothly. So if any of this is something you are interested in, please consider subscribing to this channel and turning on the post notification bell. Even if you're not interested in all of this, just support me by subscribing. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. So since I moved to Canada as an international student, I've been trying to share tips and things that really helped me to get here. I think a lot of people had interest in my channel when I posted my video that I got my visa in 10 days. And like I said, it is not a clickbait, it's true. So I've taken it upon myself to kind of educate you guys and share some tips and ways to prepare your documents, the things that I did and how I kind of presented my documents that probably helped me to get my visa in 10 days. And today I've decided to share with you guys the support letter, how I wrote my support letter for my proof of funds. I already have a video, a very detailed video, the best video on proof of funds, if I do so myself, on YouTube. I think you should see that and come back and continue with this video, or as well just watch this one and go and watch that video. All right, I'm going to be linking it in the description box below so that you can watch this video and it's kind of like forms a background for you so you also understand the support letter. All right, but I pretty much assume that since you're already here to watch this video, you probably already know, you probably already understand what proof of fund generally entails. So let's just get right into the video. I think this would be the simplest letter I ever wrote for this process because my support letter is just about 2 pages. It's not even up to because it had gaps and all of that. And let me say this, when you are writing using MS Word to write documents for Canadian immigration, just always use Times New Roman and 12 double line spacing and font 12. Okay, it's pretty much standard. Since I moved here, all the courses papers I've been writing, they always require me to use this specifications, right? MS Word specifications. So you might also consider doing that, except you are being asked otherwise, because I feel like this is standard. So this is how I typed it and the specifications I used, and it's just barely 2 pages. Okay, so let me just read out what I have here for you guys. So the support letter is just a letter that kind of explains to the visa officer who is supporting you and why the person is supporting you. Okay, it's not coming from you this time, it is coming from the person sponsoring you. Let's assume your father is sponsoring you. Your father is the one writing the letter to the immigration officer, and let's assume your father cannot write. I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but I am just saying, just in case, in most cases your father can write, right? But you just want to write it yourself because you trust your use of English language better. So that's just what I'm trying to say. So I am just going to read it out to you guys and hopefully it helps you. Whenever I'm discussing immigration, I normally don't assume that anybody watching me understand or knows the topic that I'm discussing. So I always like to give a background information or a background definition of any topic I am discussing. Letter of financial support is simply a letter from the person sponsoring you to the immigration officer, telling the immigration officer, the programs officer, that, oh, I am the person sponsoring so and so person to go do her degree or master's degree, or as the case may be, in Canada, and I am solely responsible for funding them. And if the person is not solely responsible for funding you, the person is also going to state how, if they are partially funding you for this process. So all of that is going to be included in the financial support letter. Like I always say, the Canadian immigration system is strictly online. There is nothing like physical interview, okay? So everything you are saying to the immigration officer, you are saying it via your letters to the person. And you should have the habit of selling yourself high, no matter what. At every point that you're writing to an immigration officer, always have in mind that you're selling yourself to this person, because this person does not know you. So you need to present the best version of yourself, so that that might actually boost your chances of getting your visa. So I've taken so long in this intro, but I just wanted to give you guys this background information because I feel like, and I know that it is very important. So let's just go ahead and read out the letter. The letter is just a very simple letter, okay? You put your dates, then you're addressing it to the Immigration Program Manager, High Commissioner of Canada, okay? Attention, visa officer. Then you have dear sir, dear ma. It's a simple letter which I believe everyone knows how to write. The heading is RE, letter of financial support, which means in reference to, okay? Then letter of financial support. So the first paragraph here has like to tell the immigration officer who he is and his relationship to me. He says, I, so and so, thereby give my full consent and support to my so and so Faith, which is my English name, to travel to Canada for the purpose of a master's degree, having gained admission into University of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, to study sociology. Full stop. As simple as that. All right. In the second paragraph, he says, I shall be responsible for paying for her tuition and living expenses for the 2 years of her study from the company's account, and these funds will be replenished. Simple. The third line, it goes, I am an entrepreneur and a businessman involved in the business of so and so, where I oversee the so and so, okay? I'm not going to give those details, okay? He also says here, the company has been in existence since so and so and operating profitably till date, okay? He goes again, the current annual income from various businesses is so and so amount. Then in brackets, he has equivalent to so and so amount in the Canadian dollars. Do you understand? Because the immigration officer probably doesn't understand or know the Nigerian currency or what a certain amount is worth, okay? But in the bracket, he had to put, or rather I had to put the amount, the equivalent of this amount that the company earns in a year. I had to put the equivalent of it in Canadian dollars. I hope I am making sense. All right, he goes on to say, my total assets are as follows: so and so cash in my so and so account, properties worth so and so across the cities of so and so, and all of that. Then he says again, find enclosed my supporting business document and bank statement as proof of my financial capacity to sponsor her. Now, do you get? So he's already told the visa officer, I'm going to be attaching documents that show that I can really support this person to study, okay? If you are the one sponsoring yourself, the same thing applies. You're just going to say you are sponsoring yourself via so and so means or so and so earnings, okay? He now went on to also say that I also have so and so children who I am responsible for financially as follows. So if someone is sponsoring you, make sure that they add their children that they are financing, because the immigration officer, they will do a calculation to say, okay, if you are paying so and so amount for this person, paying so and so amount for this person, how would you now be able to pay so and so amount for the other person, right? So, but if you give them a breakdown of the people you are paying so and so amount for, they already understand and they see that you are able and capable to sponsor this person, okay? So he says number. So there's a table format now in this letter that has name of child, school and country, and then financial commitment to that child. So the name of the first child is here, then the school the child is attending is there, and then financial commitment that he spent on that particular child. He had listed it here for the number of kids that he has. All right, so that is for that section. And in the next line, he says, I am willing and able to financially support my so and so, which is me, in her educational pursuit in Canada. I guarantee that if my financial situation changes, my so and so will terminate her study and leave Canada. Do you understand? Because just like I said in the proof of funds video, which please go and see that video, I cannot even overemphasize, they don't want to feel like Canadian system or the Canadian society or government do not want international students to come and be a liability to anybody. They want you to be able to take care of yourself, at least till the period you're done with studies. Do you get me? They know you eventually work, yeah, but you're not going to tell them that, of course. So they know, they understand these things. So you're going to tell them, he told them that just in case his financial status changes, I will withdraw, right? Just let's assume that I'm not able to pay school fees, like things get bad or so. So this is just him trying to convince them, all right? But it's not necessarily what is going to be, okay? So he now says again, you are welcome to contact me if you have any questions or require any further information concerning this application. Thank you for your kind attention. Yours sincerely, so and so. His name and then his email address, just in case they wish to reach out to the person to say, oh, are you sponsoring so and so person? So literally, guys, this is it. And it's like that when I said like it's the shortest letter I ever wrote, because you don't need to talk too much. They only need to see the figures. They only need to see the proof that you can sponsor, you can finance this person's education. Do you understand? And you are not going to do much explanation here, because you're going to obviously attach proof of your earning and your account statement for them to see, and they will go ahead to verify the transaction history. So if you've not seen my proof of funds video, just watch it. It's going to just give you insights and about everything that I've tried to talk about here, so that when you now want to do your financial support letter, you already like have enough information and know what you expect to have in that letter. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope that at this point, if you're not subscribed to this channel, that you already consider subscribing, just to support me and also learn one or two things from my channel as well. With that being said, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in my next video. Mara signing out. Bye.